Hi there, I'm Seb Maley and this is another video from Qdos. A couple of weeks ago I did a video running through what might happen in the emergency budget, which was held on the 23rd of September. In that video I said that I thought it was very unlikely that IR35 would get a mention given everything else that was happening, and that the review that was promised by Liz Truss was unlikely to materialise any time soon. Well, how wrong I was. Much to the surprise of pretty much everyone, Kwasi Kwarteng dramatically announced that the reform to IR35 in both the public and the private sectors would be repealed. In a detail that followed the announcement, it was confirmed that this would take effect from the 6th of April 2023, and from that date, the responsibility and liability for determining status moves back to the contractor. From a legislative point of view, it seems that what will probably happen is that Chapter 10 of the Income Tax Earning and Pensions Act will be removed. IR35 has obviously been around since 2000 and the base legislation sits within Chapter 8. When the rules changed in the public sector in 2017, a new Chapter 10 was introduced to cover public sector engagements, whilst everything else remained in Chapter 8. Chapter 10 was then extended again in 2021 to cover medium and large engagers in the private sector, but Chapter 8 still remained in place for contractors working for small clients. By removing Chapter 10, everything will revert back to being covered in Chapter 8 and will go back to how things were prior to 2017. Reactions to the repeal amongst contractors have unsurprisingly been largely positive. When reform was introduced, a lot of private sector firms took a risk-averse approach and decided not to engage contractors outside IR35. Now the risk is going to be removed, contractors will be hoping that the doors will once again open and that opportunities for outside roles will be significantly increased. From an engager's point of view, you would hope there would also be positivity and that they will see the opportunities and greater ease in hiring flexible talent. Of course, there was a large number of companies who spent a lot of time, a lot of effort and money in preparing for the reform and doing so in a reasonable and pragmatic manner. And this sudden repeal may feel a little bit galling to them. However, they will hopefully be left with robust compliance processes and a greater understanding of how contractors should be engaged, regardless of who actually holds the responsibility. Given the rules won't change until next April, firms will still have the legal responsibility for determining status until then and shouldn't take their foot off the gas in the short term. There will also be a retrospective risk for the period where they did hold liability, so it's important that audit trails are retained into the future. It is also important to caveat that all of this needs to be formalised in the finance bill. There has been a massive reaction to the other tax cuts announced in the budget, and the new government is clearly under a lot of pressure. Hopefully won't be any more twists from a contractor's point of view, but it is perhaps unwise to fully rejoice until we've seen the final legislative changes in black and white. We'll keep you updated with any new developments. Please subscribe to our channel for more video content, and we'll see you next time.